Hello everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit the like button. A teen who volunteered at the animal shelter has been beaten to death at the parking lot. A 20 years old ex-boyfriend of Danielle Hopton, who is 18 years old, of Fort Collins, and another man have been arrested and charged in connection with her beating, which led to her death. And as a long-time animal lover, the 18 years old Danielle Hopton spent her free time working at a local animal shelter and helping her dad raise guard dogs, puppies for the blind. But in February, that's 2021, the recent high school graduate's life was cut short when she was beaten to death, allegedly by an ex-boyfriend. Described as a gorgeous, loving, kind, and caring young woman, Hopton was always smiling and laughing. She was always asking how you are doing and just genuinely cared about others. She was such a selfless and caring person. The alleged domestic violence came to light when the Fort Collins police had received a 911 call about an unconscious injured woman in the parking lot of 535 East Drake Road. When officers arrived, they found Hopton in the parking lot with life-threatening injuries consistent with an assault. She was rushed to the local hospital where she died as a result of her injuries. And detectives subsequently identified Stephen McNeil, who is 20 years old, as the suspect in her killing. He and the victim knew each other. The two had previously been in a relationship. Hopton and McNeil both went to Fossil Ridge High School. Hopton graduated with the class of 2020 with an academic award. She was a brilliant student and she was so dedicated to the work she had done. And McNeil was part of the track and football teams. And at noon, hours after the alleged beating to death, officers found McNeil and took him into custody without incident. He was booked into the Larimer County Jail on charges of first-degree murder, a felony, domestic violence, violation of a protection order, and violation of bail bond conditions. And it's so sad that she had to go like this. This act of violence took a woman's life and forever changed the life of her loved ones. And besides being charged in connection with Hobson's death, it was gathered that this same guy, the McNeil, had been arrested in December and charged with a felony assault involving strangulation. He was also arrested in January and charged with misdemeanor criminal mischief. But he was released from jail January 22nd, 2021 with the sum of $2,650 in cash bonds. And documents in those cases have been sealed, and it was not immediately clear if he has entered pleas or retained any attorney to comment on those allegations or the charges related to Hopton's death. However, further investigations are being on, and detectives learned that a group of friends, including Hopton, McNeil, and another man, that's Ian Rayas, who is of 20 years old, had been socializing that night. And several of the people eventually drove to an apartment complex at the 525E Drake Road and packed to hang out. After party like that, some people will decide to stay back and discuss. That was what happened. And then Hopton and McNeil got out of the vehicle to talk like friends who have known each other, who have dated, just as you would do when you see an old friend. This was what they had to do. They came out of the car and decided to talk when the assault just occurred. And Michael left the scene, and of guys that were in that particular vicinity at the moment it happened, they all had to call the cops. Rayas, that's the other guy who police alleged falsely denied knowing what happened, was booked into the Larimere County Jail on felony charges of attempt to influence a public servant and accessory to a crime. And that is the Rayas, the other guy, Rayas, that the cops is now saying he is the third party that is involved. But it's unclear if Rayas had entered a plea or retained an attorney who can speak on his behalf. And it's so bad because this domestic violence happens all too frequently, and it affects people of all ages in many communities. And it's so terrible now. The rate of domestic violence has increased. If you know someone who is being affected by abuse, please reach out. There are sources in the community that can help with this cycle. The rate of domestic violence has increased a whole lot. You find out that some women have been battered a lot. They have been killed as a result of domestic violence. Please, like I would always say, don't wait until it's your life at stake before you speak up. Please speak up and say something. There are hotlines that you can actually call. Once you go on Google, you get the hotlines and you call them. They will be there to listen to you. They are just there to ensure that this domestic violence comes to an end, even though you can't reach out to everybody because some women don't want to speak up. Some are scared of their lives. Once they speak up, that may be their end of existence. But notwithstanding, please always figure a way out to say something. Or if you're not the one that is affected and you know someone that is being affected with this domestic violence, you can call on the person's behalf. That's another way of saving a life. There is no point you keep up with a relationship or a marriage where you're being beaten or abused by your husband or the guy you think you're dating. It is very easy. You can run away from a relationship that is filled with domestic violence. Who knows? Probably it could be one of the reasons why she stopped dating McNeil, since he's an ex to her. It could be as a result of the fact that she's been going through domestic violence and maybe she didn't speak up. And this time around, he had to unleash it on her. But it's so terrible and painful that he beat her to the point that she was dead. He didn't even want to wait at some point, like hearing her scream and crying for help. He kept on beating this lady. So she sustained serious injuries, and that was what led to her death. Why would some people be so inhuman to treat your fellow human being in that manner? No matter what anybody has done to you in your relationship or in your marriage, you don't have the right to raise your hands on any woman at all. If you see things are not working out, seek for help. If you've sought for help and you're not getting the help you need, then it's better you walk away than killing someone else's child. Most times at the end of this domestic violence, the women end up losing their lives. And it's because they have not spoken up. Please speak up. I know a lot of you may be afraid for your life, but there are ways you can go about it so that your partner will not even know that you are making a report. You need to please save your life. Probably if she had been going through domestic violence with this guy when they were together, and if she had spoken up, maybe they would have even given him a restraining order even after they had ended the relationship. But you can imagine that they had ended the relationship and they were just talking, maybe as friends, because they all hanged out together in the night. And then she felt this is still a friend to her, unknown to her that this guy had an ulterior motive. And every other person around was so shocked seeing that assault happen because they were just standing and talking, and the next thing they just saw him beating her up. But the question is, all those people that were around, wasn't anybody able to stop him because it happened in the parking lot where there are people? Is that they just watched or they were scared for their lives? Why didn't anybody even try to stop him? Look at this poor innocent girl just lost her life. And it's so painful because they're no longer in a relationship. And they all hanged out together as friends. But little did she know that this guy had an ulterior motive. It's so painful seeing someone pass away like this. May the soul of Hopton rest in perfect peace with the Lord. Please be careful with the kind of friends or relationship you keep. I'm sure in her relationship with this particular guy, she might have been going through some difficult situations and she didn't say it, but she decided to be free and being out of the relationship. But it didn't end there. And then this guy came after her even after they had ended the relationship, which is more painful because if they were still together, it would have been a different thing like, okay, you people are still together, the closeness was still there, and that was what led to him feeling he had the audacity to do what he did. But they're no longer together. You don't even have any right to go to this extent, even if you are still together. There's no justification for a horrible act like this. But why don't some of these men feel sorry when these women are crying and calling you to please stop or begging forgive me or something? Why don't you have that human sympathy to feel sorry for these women? Look at them like your sister, your mother, or someone that you know that is close to you being beaten like this. It's so painful when people watch themselves die in pain. This lady must have gone through serious pains and she couldn't bear the pain anymore. That's why she died. There are some people in your lives that you don't even need them anymore when you are no longer in a relationship. Such kind of people, they say you keep them at arm's length. From a distance you relate, from a distance, not close. Because if she hadn't come close to this guy again and talking to him like she was talking to her own friend, probably this wouldn't have happened to her. And you see the good qualities they talked about her. She had very good attributes, very good qualities. Friends, please be mindful of the kind of friends you keep. Be mindful of the kind of relationships you get into. Some people are stuck in a relationship because they are afraid of their lives. And that relationship is a relationship that is filled with pain, domestic violence, beating. Some women say they are already used to it. You can't be used to something like this because being used to it is like you're calling your death. This is how it starts gradually. When the man starts raising his hand on you, someday he will just raise his hand and he wouldn't stop. And at that time, maybe there's no one to even come to your rescue. While you're still alive, you still have the breath of life. Please speak up. If you can't speak up, maybe you can pass a note to someone and let them help you to look for help. You don't need to stay there and die. You don't need to stay there and suffer in pains. Women that are going through domestic violence, it's such a pity. It's so painful to see women go through things like this. And always tell yourselves the truth. You're in a domestic violence relationship or marriage, and you keep hiding it and concealing it and acting like all is well. So women get injuries all over their body, and when they ask them, they're like, I fell or something happened. They won't come out to say it's their husband, or because either they're afraid or they don't want to present their marriage like a very bad marriage. They want to present their marriage like one very perfect, good marriage. But there is no perfect marriage. There is no perfect relationship. People have issues in relationship and even in marriage. But how you handle it, that's what matters a whole lot. So don't pretend. Don't die in silence. Don't show what you're not, or don't prove what your marriage is not or what your relationship is not. Just be yourself and say what is happening so that you can get help on time. Please don't wallow in pain. Don't remain in that toxic relationship or marriage, because it doesn't end well for most of these women who did not speak up. They ended up having to lose their own lives. And it's worse when there are kids involved. So please, women, speak up. Help is just a call away. You can talk to even a random person to help you seek for help. It's not worth it that you stay in a toxic relationship or toxic marriage and then you lose your life. Remember, you have loved ones that want you around, that care about you so much, and you wouldn't want to put them through pains. So please, you're going through enough pain, which is a pity, and you need to please come out. Speak up. Figure a way out to get help. Anyone out there who knows someone, please call on that person's behalf. Friends, what do you think about this? An ex-boyfriend beating a girl to death. His own ex-girlfriend. Friends, if you have anything to say, you can please put that down at the comment section. Thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Also, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you or to talk about the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He is going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class, every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, this is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher, who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class, and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up their own YouTube channel, Mathpa, he is the teacher and you will have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below. So please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Mathpa's class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below so you will have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there you can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to Mathpa himself. This teacher, you will enjoy and enjoy every bit of the classes that he's going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to Mathpa's Tube Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you would really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again and God bless you all.